mayor of KMC has commissioned the newly built Latrikunda market. The United Nations applauds Mali's leadership for its political breakthrough after the coup d'etat. Ugandan NGO supports refugees with entrepreneurial skills. These and more coming on News Desk. It is 13:05 GMT from our studios in Banjul. Many thanks for joining us. I am Amadou Kante, and now the news in detail. Now, the mayor of Kanifing Municipal Council, Talib Ahmed Bensouda, in partnership with Gamwork House on Thursday, inaugurated the newly built stores at the Latrikunda market. The newly built 70 stores market structure is part of a $110 million project with Gamworks that encompasses many other projects, including roads, the Bundu Maternity Ward, and the Kanising Town Hall. Let's have more details of that in this report.
The Latrikunda Savage Market has received a boost after the Kanifing Municipal Council constructed a single L-shaped story that houses up to 70 stores. The new building was unveiled by the mayor of Kanifing, Talib Ahmed Bensouda, at an inaugural ceremony on Thursday.
We have come here today to inaugurate, in partnership with Gamworks, the Latrikunda Savage Market. This is part of our $110 million project with Gamworks that encompasses many projects, including roads, Bundu Maternity Ward, our town hall at KMC, and of course, the beautiful Latrikunda Savage Market. We are very grateful to the partnership of Gamworks under the leadership of Mr. Ibrahim Ajam, and we look forward to many projects in the future.
Gamworks, the government agency which built the new market structure, said it will provide employment and fresh food products for the local community. Its Director General Ibrahim Acham said the new structure is built to standard to accommodate a number of vendors.
I am pleased to inform you that Latrikunda Savage Market has been built to modern standards. It has 2 building blocks with 70 canteen shops and 2 offices on 2 floors. It has also got 485 meters squared of concrete pavement, which can accommodate a number of vendors. The market will provide employment opportunities and easy access to fresh food products for the local community. The total cost of the market is about $14 million. Please join me in congratulating the Lord Mayor, Talib Bensouda, for making Latrikunda Savage Market a private investment for Kanifing Municipal Council. The construction of Latrikunda Savage Market was financed through the Rural Infrastructure Development Project with counterpart funding from Kanifing Municipal Council. The Rural Infrastructure Development Project is a Gambia government project financed by the APEC Fund for International Development. The project is under the purview of the Minister of Lands and Regional Government, and Gamworks is the implementing agency. The main objective of the project is to implement infrastructure sub-projects identified and requested by councils, municipalities, and communities throughout the country.
After the reconstruction of parts of the market, some vendors have complained of not getting back their respective places, and some have lost their shops. One such vendor is Tabara Jallo, who wanted to regain her #1 shop.
Daniel, because then you just notice you joke loan you so tabahe suñ paré nañu délo suñ shop.
I was part of those that have a shop here because we were given notice to leave and told we will be given back our shops after the construction. I was #1, but now I'm #5. I have pleaded with them to give me back #1, but yet to no avail. I would have preferred them to give me my former place because that's where my customers knows.
Several women lost their shops or stalls that were situated or near the construction site when the project began. Some of them said they are less likely to be given space to sell in the new structure. Fatoumata Kasim, reporting for iAfrica TV.
The mayor of KMC there, of course, launching or inaugurating the newly built Latrikunda Savage Market. Next to Mali, where following the August coup d'etat in the country, they deposed the former president and the establishment of an interim government in this month. The special representative of the UN Secretary General for Mali said on Thursday that a breakthrough has been achieved.
Il me plaît à ce niveau de relever devant votre Conseil.
At this time, I'd like to point out to the Council that it is for the first time since the signing of the agreement in June 2015 that the signatory movement have made their official entry into a government of the Republic of Mali. This breakthrough is full of symbols and meaning. The organization of credible elections that can lead to a return to constitutional order depends on political, institutional, electoral, administrative reforms as set out in the Transition Charter.
The United Nations welcome recent development or political developments in Mali. Next to Nigeria, where this, of course, because despite the economic challenges brought about by the fall in oil price and COVID-19, Nigerian president has outlined an ambitious budget for his government in 2021. The West African nation revenue dropped at an estimated 60% thanks to the global crisis. And the 2021 budget is deficit, with half of the money coming from outside. However, an analyst has raised eyebrows over the presented budget, saying the government needs to be realistic. Here are more details of that in this report.
It's an ambitious budget and comes at a time when Nigeria's revenue has dropped by an estimated 60% as a result of the fall in oil prices and the headwinds from the COVID-19 pandemic. And the president did not try to play down on the difficult road ahead while presenting the budget before a packed House of Parliament.
The Nigerian economy is currently facing serious challenges, with the macroeconomic environment being significantly disrupted by the coronavirus pandemic. GDP growth is projected to be negative in the third quarter of this year. As such, our economy may lapse into the second recession in 4 years, with significant adverse consequences.
Like that of 2020, the 2021 budget is a deficit one, as almost half of the funding would have to come from borrowing.
2021 budget deficit, inclusive of government-owned enterprises and projected loans, is projected at 5.2 trillion naira. This represents 3.64% of estimated GDP, slightly above the 3% threshold set by the Fiscal Responsibility Act 2007.
Other key highlights of the budget pegs the benchmark oil price at $40 per barrel and crude production, including condensate, at 1.18 million barrels per day. The exchange rate is fixed at 379 naira to the dollar, while GDP growth rate is projected at 3% and inflation rate at 11.95%. But analysts fear the budget may not be realistic.
I think that budget is overly optimistic. Beyond the revenue from oil, the major revenues will be coming from other sources of other independent sources, which I think will be difficult to achieve. Revenues from customs, revenues from Nigerian post authorities, and government enterprises. I do not think the economy would have sufficiently recovered as to lead to achievement of the budget provisions. The government needs to be more realistic in its projections, and if it does that, it will also help us to review our approach to managing our public finance or building infrastructure.
The lawmakers are now expected to begin serious work on the budget before the final document will be returned to the president for his assent. So there's still every likelihood some of the parameters of the budget may be adjusted before the final document is ready.
Nigeria confronted with economic hardships due to the COVID-19 global pandemic. Well, there's more news coming ahead, but for now we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we give you more details of the rest of the story. Stay with us.
David Mande recycles plastic waste. He's the founder of Upcycle Africa Limited, an initiative
Welcome back and many thanks for joining us. Next to Uganda, where a young Ugandan entrepreneur is using his business to inspire the young people and refugees to entrepreneurial skills. He initiated a plastic waste recycling program that supported many young people to transform their well-being and become more responsible in society. Now, the new initiative has inspired many young people to venture into entrepreneurship that has cut the unemployment rate. Let's have more details of that in this report.
David Mande recycles plastic waste. He's the founder of Upcycle Africa Limited, an initiative started at the Social Innovation Academy. It empowers refugees and locals with entrepreneurial skills.
For us at Upcycle, we say waste is a resource. So we are trying to change the mindset of the people on how they can transform this waste into products of inherent values.
Among the beneficiaries is Benjamin Abunuasi, a Congolese refugee.
Tina has supported me to discover my passion, my purpose. I've uncovered my talent and now falling in love with social entrepreneurship. It has become my inspiration.
Abunuasi came to Uganda in 2017 and was resettled at Rwamwanja refugee settlement in western Uganda. He's now learning vocational skills that could help him become self-reliant. With this skill of building using plastic bottles, Abunuasi says he's now able to mentor fellow refugees back home. Most of the houses here have been built out of recycled plastics. The project is inspiring young people to come up with new ideas.
And has especially sparked also the creativity of our scholars, because they realize that you don't need much money to start a business, but actually what you need is resources. And many resources like plastic bottles are all around us for free.
Joan Nalwega is making mosquito repellent soap. It's made out of essential oils extracted from lemongrass, a natural repellent that is helping to keep the community safe from malaria.
Their families, for example, if they used to visit the hospital for malaria, like 4 times in a month or 4 times in 2 months, you find that they have visited the hospital 2 times in like 5 months. So that is impact that we have created.
The feedback is positive.
Since I started bathing my child with this soap, she doesn't suffer from malaria. Mosquitoes cannot bite her. They are kept away by the scent.
A recent World Bank Group report shows that while about 700,000 young people reach working age every year in Uganda, only 75,000 jobs are created each year, leaving thousands unemployed. More than 13% of young Ugandans are unemployed, a situation exacerbated by the spread of the coronavirus and the recent lockdown. Proprietors of the Social Innovation Academy now believe that empowering young people to create their own jobs could help reduce soaring unemployment in the country.
A Ugandan entrepreneur there inspiring young people in the country to venture into business. Well, I'm afraid from that report there in Kampala, Uganda, we finally bring this news bulletin to an end. But for more details on this and other stories, as always, you can log on to our website on africa.tv. But you can join Sana Tunkara at 17:30 GMT or 5:30 local time for the World Today News Bulletin. But for now, many thanks for the pleasure of your company. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and bye for now.